fashion industry is best defined as the styles of clothing and accessories worn all throughout your body. In fact, it is renowned as the multi-billion-dollar enterprise devoted only to producing and selling clothes. Behind every style of clothing lies its very own history that has changed the fashion world forever. One brand that has changed the fashion world is the designs of Chanel. From the little black dress to the famous collarless jacket, Coco Chanel has used her intelligent creations to build the worldwide empire of Chanel. According to Forbes, the luxury brand is valued at $9 billion, with $6.5 billion in sales, making it one of the world's most valuable and successful brands. The designs worn by major celebrities such as Kendall Jenner and Cara Delevingne are perfected into the last minute. Chanel collections are military operations that take hundreds of hours to finish. The history of Chanel is an interesting and important story that explains how the brand became a mega empire that influenced the world of fashion forever. In order to be informed of how the brand of Chanel came to be, you would need to know how the creator, Coco Chanel, began the brand, how the designs rose to the top, and what makes these clothes so unique from others. Being able to share the history of Chanel is very exciting to me because Coco Chanel is one of my favorite designers, and I have been following her newest collections since I can remember. I've read countless articles, watched 1,000 runway shows, and could probably name every single name of each collection since 2010. In order to break down the brand, we must first start at the beginning, when Coco Chanel made her first designer dress. Gabrielle Coco Chanel first learned how to sew from the nuns that raised her in an orphanage. Around the age of 20, she opened her first shop on Paris's Rue Cambon in 1910. Chanel started out making hats. She later opened up 2 more stores where she began making clothes. Her business began thriving, so in the 1920s, she took it to new heights and released her first perfume, Chanel No. 5. Perfume is the unseen, unforgettable, ultimate accessory of fashion that heralds your arrival and prolongs your departure, Chanel once said. Because the perfume got so popular, a deal was negotiated between the Wertheimer business and Coco. The Wertheimer business would produce the perfume in their factory for a 70% profit of their perfume. In 1925, the legendary fashion statement of the suit with the collarless jacket and a well-fitted skirt was introduced by the world from Chanel herself. Chanel took elements of menwear and strongly emphasized comfort over constrainment in all of her fashion ideas. She helped women let go of wearing uncomfortable clothing items such as corsets. Another iconic Chanel design that was created in the 1920s was the little black dress. Coco took a color that was associated with mourning and sadness and showed just how chic it could be as evening wear. Even though things were looking bright for the one and only Chanel, things started to go downhill. Things started looking bad for Chanel when the economic depression of the 1930s hit. World War II came soon after and led Chanel to close her business down. She shut down all of her shops, closed the couture house, and was forced to fire all of her workers. After the war, Chanel decided to leave Paris and went away to Switzerland to live in her country house for a very long period of time. Coco did not return to fashion until 1954. At the age of 70, Chanel made a huge return back to the world of fashion. She came back to many hateful reviews by critics, but those bad words were soon taken over by the shoppers of the world. She began designing her feminine and easy-fitting designs again, and her brand became more popular than ever. Chanel was back on top, and this time she couldn't be stopped. Now that we've talked about how Chanel came to be, we can discuss the brand in modern times and how it has changed the fashion that we wear today. After almost 100 years of creating the brand, Chanel is still one of the most famous luxury designers in the world. After the death of Coco Chanel in 1971, Karl Lagerfeld became the chief designer of the brand. Not even after a year of designing for the brand, Karl made his first couture collection for Chanel, which would become one of the most famous Chanel collections ever. Since Lagerfeld's arrival, the designs of Chanel have become a new, modern look. Karl created the CC monograph Coco Chanel into a style pattern for the house of Chanel. Chanel's once ornamental accessories such as the chain belt and the quilted bags have become just basics, and the classic Chanel suit has become molded once again and even more popular than it was before. Karl Lagerfeld turned the designer brand of Chanel into an even bigger brand than it was, and he has made the name Coco Chanel known to everyone. We have officially discussed the long yet amazing history of this incredible brand. Chanel has been one of the biggest luxury design brands in the world for a very long time. Though the brand has been through its ups and downs, nothing could ever bring down the classic collarless jacket or the chic little black dress. With the amazing ideas of Coco Chanel and the help of Karl Lagerfeld, the name Chanel will always be connected to the greatest fashion statements of all time. The iconic fashion statements that this brand has made will always be known to the world, and no one could stop the unique and stylish designs of the brand. Chanel will always be the forever fashion queen of Paris, and her name will never be forgotten. Even though this speech has come to an end, the ideas and designs of Chanel will live on forever.